If you're tired of taking medications, pricking your fingers, and trying to figure out what you can do to fix your diabetes, listen up. In functional medicine, we know there's a hidden cause of diabetes that your endocrinologists and medical doctors are not talking about. Subluxation of the spine. It dysregulates your brain's ability to keep your sugars under control. Leaky gut, also known as increased intestinal permeability. Listen to this. When lipopolysaccharides or tiny pieces of bacteria get in your blood, it freaks your immune system out. Insulin goes up, sugars go up, cortisol goes up. And lastly, toxin-induced insulin resistance. If you have type 2 diabetes, there's a 33% chance that's your cause, not a deficiency in your prescriptive medications, your genetics, or your diet. Hey, if you want a way out of type 2 diabetes, text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I have a free ebook for you and a masterclass Saturday, March 14th, 10 a.m. in the morning, free, 704-906-2094. Welcome to Cornerstone Health Center, Charlotte's premier destination for natural healing and regenerative healthcare. If you're tired of chasing symptoms, masking pain, or being told everything looks normal, you've just found a clinic that asks a different question. What's the root cause of your condition? We're an integrated functional and structural clinic offering cutting-edge solutions, everything from precision structural chiropractic care to personalized functional medicine and even advanced nutritional coaching, deep cellular detoxification, and powerful alternative therapies like Hockett ozone sauna, RegenWave therapy, spinal decompression, and PEMF therapies. At Cornerstone Health Center, our mission is clear: to uncover what's holding you back and empower you to become your own doctor. We believe healing doesn't come from a pill, it comes from within. And with the right tools, education, and natural therapies, you can finally take control of your health. Call us today at 704-597-7490 to schedule a complimentary consultation with one of our doctors, or visit us online at cornerstonehealthcenter.com. That's healthctr.com. Your health is a cornerstone. Let's rebuild it together.
Hey, my name is Dr. AskDrErnst. I want to introduce you to a revolutionary therapy called Hockett. Hyperthermic, carbonic acid, ozone, transdermal therapy. It combines 10 different holistic and natural therapies in one 30-minute session. Everything from steam to carbonic acid to ozone to PEMF, even microcurrent. The benefit of this, we can target specifically your condition. It could be chronic fatigue, it could be inflammation, it could be joint pain, it could even be fibromyalgia, Lyme's disease, mold toxicity, heavy metal toxicity. With over 100 different settings, we can program this machine specific to your body so you get natural healing from the inside out. Carbonic acid opens the pores of your skin. Ozone then transfers inside. And guys, ozone kills everything. Mold, pathogens, parasites, Lyme's disease. It cleans your blood, bringing you a level of healing that you cannot get anywhere else. The microcurrent will literally zap your body with energy that brings about restoration and rejuvenation by stimulating your mitochondria and opening up your phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways. If you've been struggling with chronic fatigue, inflammation, joint pains, brain fog, or you have a chronic infection like Lyme or mold or any co-infections, Hockett therapy is exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for a breakthrough in your health that you cannot find from supplements, procedures, physiotherapies, chiropractic, even traditional medicine, Hockett therapy will provide that for you. Schedule your first session to experience the Hockett difference. Hi, my name is Dr. AskDrErnst, Clinic Director of Cornerstone Health Center. I want to introduce you to RegenWave. This revolutionary technology uses hydroelectric shock to stimulate new blood flow, activate stem cells, and create regeneration. The best part, it can be used on your joints, shoulders, neck, back, hips, feet. Even peripheral neuropathies can improve. The unique thing about RegenWave is this hydroelectric shock wave regenerates mesenchymal stem cells. It activates them so that your bone, ligament, and tendon tissues can actually regenerate. In fact, it even stimulates nerve cells for regeneration. When you use RegenWave, most patients feel changes in as little as 4 to 6 sessions. We're talking activation of regeneration to your joints. If you're looking to regenerate your joints using a non-surgical, non-injective therapy, schedule your consultation. We'll find out if you're a candidate for RegenWave therapy so you can allow your joints to regenerate from the inside out.
Good afternoon. It is Saturday. It's just a little after 3 o'clock, and it is time for the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and today we have an episode that carries a challenge to the foundational thinking of diabetes. What if I was to tell you that there's a secret hidden cause of diabetes that your primary physicians, big pharma, possibly even the government doesn't want you to know about? Here we go. I hope you guys are ready for some fun. The secret hidden cause of diabetes. Okay, a couple weeks ago, we started off with toxin-induced insulin resistance, and we discussed the idea that all the junk that starts to develop inside of our bodies, heavy metals and pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and crud, can influence the insulin receptor, making it not work, thus causing your sugars to go through the roof, thus seeing high A1C, thus having your primary medical doctor say, diabetes, when in fact it's actually toxin-induced insulin resistance. 33% of type 2 diabetics have that as their cause. Wait a minute, Dr. Ernst, I saw you said you were going to give me a hidden one. Yeah, this is one that no one talks about, okay? Toxin-induced insulin resistance, it's in the research, it's there. Google it, study it, type in TIIR, diabetes. You'll probably find my article because not that many people are talking about it, but it's there, it exists. Then the next week we discussed microplastics, right? All the plastic products we use, from our forks and knives on the go, our plates, our cups, yes, paper cups like Starbucks and the places you guys go to get your coffees at, they're lined with plastic, and the lids are plastic, and the foods that you eat are wrapped in plastic. And we discussed how specifically microplastics can cause diabetes. We actually went way deep into that. Okay, then watch this. Last week, what did we talk about? Parasites, the hidden cause that nobody's talking about, how parasites can cause and influence sugars and everything. So wait a minute, I just gave you 3 known causes: toxin-induced insulin resistance, microplastic-induced insulin resistance, parasite-induced insulin resistance. So what on earth must be the hidden cause then? Well, I'll give it to you plainly. It is the fact that inside your body there is a breakdown in 3 systems: the neural communication of your body, how your brain talks to your pancreas and your liver. There is a breakdown of the hormonal process. Cortisol's off balance, testosterone's all over the place. Hormones do influence insulin resistance. So we have stress, cortisol, and your autonomic nervous system. Then we have leaky gut. Big issue. So the hidden causes, guys, that no one talks about is that your spine being out of alignment can put pressure on the nerves that control your pancreas and your liver and your sugars. Neural subluxation, a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. Boom, hidden cause of diabetes. And leaky gut. Boom, hidden cause of diabetes. Hey, if you want some more information about how to get rid of diabetes in 90 days, download the Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook. It is free, but you have to take an action. I was a little upset with you all last week. I only had like 10 or 15 people text in. Normally we have hundreds. I even called the show afterwards and I was like, hey, did my stream actually air? Like, where is everyone? So do this for me. Pick up the phone, type the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Why should you do this? Well, 33% of Americans, it's 1 out of every 3 people listening has diabetes diagnosed. The other 2 of the 3 has pre-diabetes and doesn't even know it. And the third is fine. They're healthy. So one of you is diabetic listening. The other is pre-diabetic listening. And the other is really good and healthy. So 2 out of 3 of you need to send your name, your email, and the word diabetes to 704-906-2094. Do you have to do it? No, but you should. Okay, most people think about diabetes, they think about sugar, right? Like, oh my God, my sugar must be too high. And I'm probably eating bad. And it's my genetics and it's my weight, okay? They imagine that if they could simply just eat better and exercise more, their diabetes would go away. Couldn't be further from the truth. Often when these people do this, they go keto or they go paleo or they go carnivoric and they become CrossFitters. their sugars don't go back to normal, or their A1C drops a little bit from an 11 to a 9. That's good. Or from a 9 to a 6. That's great. But perfect is an A1C less than 5. Perfect. And blood sugar is between 70 and 90. So blood sugar regulation is not just about the pancreas. Okay? It's not about insulin by itself. It is a reflection, watch this, of how your brain, through the autonomic nervous system, tells your body where to put your sugars and where to put your A1Cs. So if the dysfunction is the dysregulation. Okay, I had somebody say to me once, Dr. Ernst, you use these words that are just like so hard to understand. I'm going to make it super easy. If your brain cannot tell your pancreas how to work, and if your brain cannot tell your liver how to work, your sugars are going to shoot all over the place. And what is it that tells our body, like what would create our brain from being unable to talk to our tissues? It's called subluxation. It is a medical word to simply mean this. Your spine's out of alignment. It's putting pressure on the nervous system. You can't feel that. I'm not talking about pinched nerves. I'm talking about subluxation of the nervous system. A dysregulation, I know it's a big word, a misfire, a non-working of how your brain tells your body, hey, keep the sugars in this region. This is not a discussion about feeling overwhelmed. It's not a discussion about stress, like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. I'm talking about physical disruption of the electrical signals that God put in your body to make your pancreas work, make your liver work. I mean, think about it. If I took the nervous system and I dug out the pancreatic nerves that come out of your spine, and they do, just so you know, they come out of the middle of your back, and I was a surgeon, I went, and I cut the nerve in half, your pancreas would go, red alert, we're disconnected, and the cells of your pancreas would do whatever the heck they want. If you cut it completely in half, no more insulin production. So now you have type 1 diabetes immediately. Wait a minute, I thought type 1 diabetes, Dr. Ernst, was genetic. Like it only affects infants and newborns and children. No, there are adults with type 1 diabetes. It is now known that type 1 diabetes is a neurological dysfunction of the pancreas where the beta cells, these are the cells that make insulin, just say, I can't do it anymore. It's also known that it could be a viral infection. Epstein-Barr virus does this a lot. And watch this, it's also casein milk protein damage to the receptors that produce insulin in the body. So can you have nerve damage in your spine and not feel it? Yes, you can. Degenerative discs, compressed nerve roots, autonomic dysfunction, where the nervous system is hyperactive, sending way too much signal, so we have high levels of insulin. That's type 2 diabetes. Or, you know what it is? It's when the tissues and the systems have lost the connection and we don't have enough insulin production. That's type 1 diabetes. And then watch this. When you have uncontrolled high levels of insulin, type 2 diabetes, for long periods of time, and you've been taking medications to try and pray that the numbers will come down somehow using synthetic poisons, which doesn't make any sense to me, what happens is your brain becomes insulin resistant. So we start losing our minds physically, and that is called type 3 diabetes, which, by the way, is known as cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. So if what you hear today is like, whoa, wait a second, Dr. Ernst, are you saying that me, a type 2 diabetic, can no longer have diabetes? Yes. If you find out, do you have the hidden root causes of diabetes? Are you toxic? Do you have microplastics? Are you parasitic? And these are the testing that we do, guys, in the clinics that we work with here in Charlotte. So the idea is find out your root cause. Fix it. What happens to your diabetes? Poof. Now here's the cool part. Are we treating diabetes? No. We're not endocrinologists. We're not even medical doctors. I know, right? Some of you are like, wait. You're not a real doctor then, right? That's your definition of what a real doctor is. Is a real doctor someone who goes to medical school for 4 years, who is trained and indoctrinated in nothing but prescriptive medications, takes only one class for maybe 20 hours on nutrition, has to learn every single prescriptive drug that's on the market. Guys, the toxicological books are really thick, and has to just simply go, okay, if I prescribe this, What's the method of action? Will I harm a person? And how does it interact with the other drugs they're on? So they spend 4 years learning how not to harm you with drugs. And they stand up on oath. We will do no harm to our patients. And yet the first day they open their practices, the first prescription they write causes harm to a patient. Is that a real doctor? I'll let you decide. Functional physicians, we take the same amount of classes as a medical doctor. In fact, we take even more. And we have degrees, doctorates. So I have a doctorate in natural medicine. I have a doctorate in chiropractic. I have a certification in functional medicine. Those are not easy to do. I've had some people say like, yeah, well, your degree comes from Walmart. You can just go down aisle 12 and just pick it up and then go to the self-checkout and pay for it and hold it. No, you cannot. There's a national board regulating functional medicine. There's a national board regulating chiropractic. There are state boards. I had to take a Part 4 board exam to even get the certification of the license to practice in the state of North Carolina. And my doctor of natural medicine is a global board, which allows me to work with people in any state in the United States. So why am I saying all this to you, okay? You can learn the same thing I learned. It's not that hard. So if you want to reverse diabetes in 90 days and you're like, oh, I got to go through 19 years of school to learn how to do it. No, I'll boil it down for you in 1 hour and I'll show you exactly what to do. All I need to know is, do you want your diabetes to go away? Not because we're treating diabetes, but we're going to educate you on the hidden causes. You're going to go find out if you have them. And when you find out which ones you have, I'll show you what to do to fix it. And then you just go fix it. And like a plant that is withered and weak and dry, and you water it and you put in the sun, boom, it comes back to life again. Hey, if that's you, text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I hope today we go back to the hundreds of texts like we normally get and not last week, which was like 10. I don't know. Maybe you guys were just asleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Who knows? Okay, so watch. If the human body is wired, which it is, your brain and your spinal cord control every part of your body. When the brain perceives a threat, then what happens is we start to cascade out a lot of stress hormones. Adrenaline goes up, cortisol goes up. Cortisol gets in the circulation, and here's the crazy thing. Cortisol can make your heart rate go up. It can make your blood pressure go up. It can make your sugars go up. It can make your insulin go up. It can make your A1C go up. And so your medical doctor will test your blood and say, whew, you got really high sugar, you got really high A1C, you got really high insulin. You, my friend, are diabetic. Be careful. That's not necessarily true. That could be the expression of neural stress. Because remember, today, stress isn't just physical, it's also emotional and financial and sleep deprivation and digital overload and, marital stress and, all the above. Your brain will see these things, even work stress, as a threat. And so cortisol starts to go up. And here's the crazy thing about cortisol, guys. Cortisol being high means your insulin is high, which means your sugars are high. Why? Because the receptors of the cells become resistant. It's kind of this concept. If a child who's like 6, 5, 4 is screaming their head off and the parents are nearby and you're kind of like, hey, are you not like, don't you hear that? Like, can't, and they're like, no, man, we don't hear it anymore. He screams all the time. She screams all the time. Like, we become immune to the screaming. So we're sorry it bothers you, but it doesn't bother us. You're going to have to deal with it. That's called insulin resistance. When you scream of insulin and your cells are like, peace out, y'all. We're not going to listen to that insulin anymore. That's called type 2 diabetes. The process can be predictive. We can measure your cortisol and predict if you're going to end up with diabetes. Isn't that nuts? Years before elevated A1C shows up, cortisol is elevated. Years before your fasting sugars go north of 120, it shows up. Years before you end up with diabetic symptoms of weight loss resistance, chronic fatigue, brain fog, numbness and tingling in your feet and hands, like years before that shows up, cortisol starts to elevate. And the crazy thing is about this, most endocrinologists or medical doctors who treat people with diabetes, they've never had the discussion with you of cortisol, have they? Like, be honest with me. If you're watching our live streams, get engaged, guys. Like, we're here. I answer questions during the commercial breaks. Has your medical doctor ever tested you for cortisol if you have type 2 diabetes? If you're taking metformin, glucophage, Octos, Javandia, Jardiance, and there's so many of them. If you're injecting Ozempic or Wegovy or Zepbound because you think it's going to help your blood sugars, have you ever been tested for cortisol? Probably not. So many of the listeners right now are probably going, whew, you sound very excited, Dr. Ernst. Well, I'm excited because you can do this. I've seen it in practice. I've been in practice 20 years. I've seen type 2 diabetics reverse their diabetes in 8 weeks. We just had a patient this week. 8 weeks. No longer diabetic. Per her labs. A1C, perfect. Sugars, perfect. Insulin, perfect. Cortisol, perfect. How does that happen? We help people to find the hidden cause in your body, and we help you to get rid of it. Is it different for everyone? Yeah. Some of you might not have microplastics. You might have heavy metals. You might not have a subluxation, but you might have leaky gut. Some of you might have a subluxation, but not have a leaky gut, have microplastics, not have heavy metals, and have parasites. Guys, there's 4 different options. So if you're good with this, 4 to the 4th power is how many different styles there can be. 4 to the 4th. It's thousands of different styles. Okay, so if you want your diabetes to go away, if you want to help a loved one who has diabetes and you want their diabetes to go away, if you want to never, ever, ever end up with diabetes because you have a family history of diabetes, it's real easy. Number 1, download the free Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook. Guys, it's free. And I put everything in here you need. Like you could download this and just start following it and your diabetes would go away soon on your own. It's free. 704-906-2094. Hey, a couple of you are calling in. Unfortunately, we can't answer during the live stream. Text us your name, your phone number, and your email. If you call in, you can leave a voicemail. It works, right? It's old school. Text. Guys, it's super easy. Text. Open your messaging app. Type in this following number, 704-906-2094. Type in the word diabetes. Give us your name because we're only going to see your phone number. Give us your email because we're only going to see your phone number and hit send. It's that easy. And then guess what, guys? Next Saturday, we have over 1,000 people joining us for a free online event. Do you have to leave your house? No. Do you have to wake up and get dressed up? No. All you have to do is open your laptop, open your smart device, open your phone, click a link we're going to email you. How are we going to email it to you? Well, you gave us your email when you texted the word diabetes to 704-906-2094. It's that easy. Next Saturday, guys, 10 a.m. in the morning. I go live like this, but in an open forum Q&A chat masterclass. And there's going to be 1,000+ people online all over the U.S. We'll have California, New Mexico, Florida, Arizona, North Dakota, South Dakota, Virginia. Think about it, right? Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee. There's going to be people all over the U.S. going, please show me how to get rid of my diabetes. And I'll do that. So again, if this sounds familiar to you and you want to be encouraged of how to get rid of your diabetes, it doesn't matter if your A1C is 14 and you're about to die, or if it's 7 and you're wondering, can it go lower? Or if it's 5.6 and you've been told you're pre-diabetic, it can get better. So how do we do it again? 704-906-2094. Guys, it's so simple. Can you call it? Sure. But it's better to text. Name, phone number, the word diabetes, smash the send button. Okay, let's go a little deeper for you guys now. Let's talk about autonomic balance. This is something that no one discusses, especially your endocrinologists and medical doctors. This is a major hidden cause of diabetes. I'm going to put it to you this way. Your autonomic nervous system is what you have happen in your body automatically, thus autonomic. It happens without you thinking about it. Let's see if we can come up with a couple things that happen in your body without you having to think about it. Number 1, production of urine. You don't have to think about that. Number 2, production of cholesterol. You don't have to think about that. Number 3, I can come up with millions of them, right? Production of CCK, the enzyme you need to digest certain foods in your stomach. The production of leptin, which is the hormone that tells your brain, stop eating food. You guys really want that one, don't you? How about the fact that your heart beats without you having to think about it? that you can breathe without having to think about it. Thank God for that, right? Can you imagine if you had to think about breathing while you were asleep? You would never be able to go to sleep. Like you physically wouldn't be able to, because the moment you went to sleep, you would stop forgetting, or you would not remember to breathe, and you'd be like, so tired. And you would die. So God, in his infinite wisdom, put the autonomic nervous system in your body. Now, here's the challenge with this. If your autonomic nervous system becomes dysregulated, and your heart starts beating faster than it should, but your brain is unaware of it, or you can't breathe like you should and you end up with asthma, or you can't regulate your sugars because your autonomic nervous system is off balance, you end up with diabetes. You have two systems. I know it's tough, right? Autonomic nervous system is broken into two branches. Parasympathetic, very simple, guys, really easy. Parasympathetic sounds like parachute. Slow down so you don't crash, right? A parachute will help you to slow down if you're falling. Slow down. Parachute, parasympathetic. Slow down. Slow down. So when you're slow, your heart rate goes to normal. Your blood pressure comes to normal. Do you see the analogy? When you're slow, everything is good. Then there's the sympathetic system, and that's what starts to ramp things up. That's when you start going really fast. Like your heart rate goes fast, your speech goes fast, your body goes fast, your lungs go fast, your insulin's fast, everything's high, blood pressure's high, cholesterol's high. You get it? Like the sympathetics are like, yeah, go, sympathetic, run, faster, harder. And the cool thing is they have to be balanced. You have to push the brake and the gas at the same time in the human body. Unlike a car, where if you do that, boom, the car is going to probably explode. Try it. Hold the brake all the way down and then slam on the gas. Kaboom! Okay? So in the human body, you have to have this perfect balance, like old school driving a stick shift, that perfect point where the clutch is out just enough and the gas is on just enough that things move. When your parasympathetic tone is low, everything slows down too much. Not enough insulin, not enough blood sugar, not enough blood pressure. This is rare because most people have really, really high numbers, right? When's the last time you woke up and you're like, oh, my blood sugar is so low. I feel like I'm going to pass out because my blood pressure is low. Not rarely. Most people are like, whoa, I'm waking up with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high insulin, high blood sugar. That is a sign of parasympathetic damage and sympathetic overload. How do we measure this kind of stuff? Good question. Heart rate variability can hint to us. If you have a really low HRV, it usually means your sympathetic system is in overdrive and your parasympathetics are crashing out. Hopefully, as an adult, your HRVs are like in the 50s or 60s. Man, 70 would be amazing. But if you guys wore a monitor that measures your HRV, some of you will be in the teens and the 20s, which is like, oh, good God. There's lots of stuff you can do to fix this. So in the masterclass that I'm hosting next Saturday, I'm going to show you how to test your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. That alone right there is worth everything. It's free. Just join us. I'm going to show you how to lower your sugars so quick that you can maybe get them back to normal in 1 day. Maybe. I'm going to show you how to decrease your fasting insulin, how to get your body to work more hormonally balanced. It's easy, simple. Just text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. The ebook is yours for free. The masterclass is yours for free. The protocols on how to get your diabetes under control are free. And we talked in the first half of the hour about subluxation, the dysfunction of your nervous system, and how your brain loses the ability to talk to your pancreas and your liver and your cells, and thus creating a hidden cause of diabetes. How do you know if you're subluxated and you can't feel neural dysfunction? Well, you have to get tested. There's thermography, there's EMG, there's range of motion, there's HRV, there's x-rays. We'll discuss all of that next Saturday. But just know this, right? It's available. And when you hop on that masterclass, woo, we're going to give away some free tests. Who likes free? Raise your hand. I mean, I can't see you guys. I can see commenters and I can see likes. Who likes free tests? I do. 704 704-906-2094. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. When we come back, second major root cause of diabetes and how you can fix that now to lower your blood sugars. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You know, we all know about cancer and common cancers, so endometrial cancer, skin cancer, liver cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer.
Yeah.
These 5 cancers, people who drink coffee have a lower cancer mortality from these. So 5 cancers: cirrhosis of the liver, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's dementia, the early stage of Alzheimer's called cognitive decline, low risk in coffee drinkers, low risk of type 2 diabetes. Here both decaf and regular coffee work. And if you drink 4 to 6 cups, there's a 40 to 54% reduction in developing type 2 diabetes. And if one already has type 2 diabetes and they drink 2 cups, regular or decaf, there's a 30% reduction in cardiovascular mortality.
If you're tired of taking medications, pricking your fingers, and trying to figure out what you can do to fix your diabetes, listen up. In functional medicine, we know there's a hidden cause of diabetes that your endocrinologists and medical doctors are not talking about. Subluxation of the spine. It dysregulates your brain's ability to keep your sugars under control. Leaky gut, also known as increased intestinal permeability. Listen to this. When lipopolysaccharides, or tiny pieces of bacteria, get in your blood, it freaks your immune system out. Insulin goes up, sugars go up, cortisol goes up. And lastly, toxin-induced insulin resistance. If you have type 2 diabetes, there's a 33% chance that's your cause, not a deficiency in your prescriptive medications, your genetics, or your diet. Hey, if you want a way out of type 2 diabetes, text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I have a free ebook for you and a masterclass Saturday, March 14th, 10 a.m. in the morning, free, 704-906-2094. Welcome back. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. Hey, my name is Dr. Aaron Ernst. And in the first segment, not that long ago, we explored the hidden causes of type 2 diabetes and technically type 1 and even type 3. We started off the segment with saying most endocrinologists have never, ever tested you for cortisolic imbalance and autonomic nervous system dysfunction, subluxation, a disconnection of your brain into your spinal cord, and how those nerves control your organs. Now we're going to build on the foundation and move into a system that is very intimately connected with diabetes. This is the second major hidden cause of diabetes. And if you're just tuning in from the top of the hour, my name is, again, Dr. Aaron Ernst. I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner, a doctor of natural medicine, a doctor of chiropractic, and my job as a radio host is to ask a deep question, thus the Ask Dr. Ernst show, and help you guys to learn how to heal yourself. So if you have type 2 diabetes, pay attention because this is going to blow your mind. If the nervous system is considered the command center, so like your brain tells your pancreas how to produce insulin and regulate its insulin production, your brain tells your liver how to keep your sugars within a certain zone. And if you're going, well, wait a minute, my sugars are really high, my insulin's really high, we discussed it's probably overactivation of the sympathetic nervous system, a subluxation in your thoracic spine, and a subluxation at the vagal nerve system, the parasympathetic. So that means you have too much gas and not enough brake. So we talked about that. If you missed it, get the podcast, listen to the first 25 minutes. So if the nervous system is the command center of your body, then I want you to think of the gut as the frontline interface between you and your environment. Every single day, you're being exposed to pathogens in your food, air, water, chemicals in your food, air, and water, and environmental toxins in your food, air, and water. So all that stuff gets into your digestive system. Your intestinal lining is designed by God to be a barrier, like a filter. So you don't want the crap, literally, getting into your blood. And it's gross, right? Can small undigested fecal particles end up in your blood? I mean, yes, but if it was in large amounts, it would be septic and you would die. What happens instead of like fecal material getting in your blood is little tiny particles of undigested proteins, bacteria, toxins. They leak across the membrane, and then your immune system goes, whoa, my God, red alert, and you build an immune response against the things that your blood has in it that should not be there. So when your gut barrier is compromised, aka leaky gut, aka increased intestinal permeability, that's the medical term. I had somebody say like, hey, listen, a leaky gut doesn't actually exist. And I was like, you're right. What does exist is increased intestinal permeability. The gap junctions that hold the cells together have been damaged because zonulin, a protein that can be secreted by the neighboring cell, will cause the cell to spread apart, and then it leaks. So technically, a leaky gut does exist. It's just you won't see publications saying leaky gut causes diabetes. You have to type in the word increased intestinal permeability. So if you're challenging me saying, Dr. Ernst, none of this exists and there's no evidence in research, you're typing the wrong phrase. Go to PubMed, ask ChatGPT, go to Gemini, talk to Google, Claude, whoever you want to, and say, does increased intestinal permeability correlate to diabetes? And watch as they say, yes, it does. If you're finding this information eye-opening, text the word diabetes plus your name and email. We almost did it. We're at 56. Good for you guys. 56 texters the first top of the hour. They want to come to the masterclass on Saturday. It's at your house. It's free. It's online. They want the ebook, Diabetes Heal Thyself, right? Diabetes Heal Thyself, ebook. It has everything you need. And they want to get rid of their diabetes in 90 days. Would you like to join them? Now, get the ebook and join me next Saturday, next week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live stream broadcast. You can Q&A with us, you can connect with us, and I'm going to show you how to do the entire protocol for reversing the hidden causes of diabetes. So your gut, right? Like, wait a second. Dr. Ernst, are you saying my gut could be why I'm a diabetic? Absolutely. The small lining of the intestines are made of what are called epithelial cells, real thin cells, and they're held together by a protein called a tight gap junction. These things exist. I want you to think of them as like the security gates. The tighter the security gate, the less that can get through. The wider the gate, the more that can get through. I was going to use an analogy of like, the border between Mexico and America. When there is no border, stuff gets through. We're going to leave it at that. But if there is a border, less stuff gets through. Notice I didn't say it stops the problem. It's just less. Okay. Now, in the human body, if the gut is sealed, you only allow the good stuff through, the nutrients you need and want, and you protect yourself from the bad stuff. Okay? These tight junctions can become damaged, usually because of diet, medications, and toxins. Wait a second, Dr. Ernst, did you just say my medications can make my gut leak? I certainly did. It's proven. But hold up, Dr. Ernst. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and so I take medications for my diabetes. Am I making my diabetes worse? Well, you're making your gut leak worse. And since gut leak correlates to high insulin, high sugars, and high A1C, you're not making your diabetes worse. You're making your gut worse, which is making your diabetes worse. Notice the minutiae of how you have to be careful. Yes, the FDA, and yes, the AMA, and yes, the people who regulate the airways. I'm blanking on their name. The ACA, I think it is. You got to be careful what you say. So am I saying that your medications are making your diabetes worse? Indirectly. Medications are known to induce leaky gut. Leaky gut is known to lead to diabetes. So it's an A plus B equals C, so A can C. Yes, it's correlated. Okay, one of the most studied things that leaks across your gut that can cause diabetes are lipopolysaccharides. I know, right, guys? Like, oh my God, Dr. Ernst, why is it so complicated? Welcome to medicine, slightly. Let me break it down to you. Lipo means fat. Poly means more than one. Saccharide is a sugar. So more than one fatty sugar gets across the membrane. Where do the fatty sugars come from, Dr. Ernst? Well, the bacteria in your intestines are coated with lipopolysaccharides. So, Dr. Ernst, are you saying that I have bad bacteria in my gut that can leak across the membranes? These lipopolysaccharides end up in my blood, and then my immune system sees them as dangerous. Yep. And I build an antibody against the lipopolysaccharide. Yep. And those lipopolysaccharides look a lot like my insulin receptor. Yep. So then, in theory, my immune system is attacking my insulin receptor. Yep. And that's why I have insulin resistance. Yep. And that's why my blood sugar is high. Could be. If you have that, like, you have to test yourself for lipopolysaccharides. So if your lipopolysaccharides are high, yes, with 1,000% yes. But if your lipopolysaccharides are low, then no. Do you see it, how it works, guys? There's 4 to the 4th different versions of how this could cause diabetes. Microplastic, toxins, subluxation, leaky gut. Do you see it? Like high cortisol. So which one do you have, or which combination do you have? The only way to know is to test. Hey, Dr. Ernst, is there a test for lipopolysaccharides? Yep, but your endocrinologist is not running it. Why? There's no prescriptive drug to get rid of lipopolysaccharides in your blood. Your immune system will see these lipopolysaccharides by activating, ready for this, toll-like receptor number 4. Oh my God, Dr. Ernst, how much more complicated can it get? Quite a bit, actually. Toll receptor number 4. Think of it this way. It's an inflammatory cytokine that turns on inflammation. So watch, ready? I'm going to break this down. Super easy for you. If you have an infection, slightly dysbiosis in your intestines, which most of you do, and the lipopolysaccharides get into your blood, the immune system sees the lipopolysaccharides and says, red alert, turn on toll-like receptor number 4. Toll-like receptor number 4 is like, I'm here to turn on inflammation. So cytokines start to come out, like Here we go again. Tumor necrosis factor, alpha, and interleukin 6. Okay, these are just markers that you can check on your blood. You can say, hey, doctor, can you run interleukin 6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha for me, please? The doctor's going to look at you and be like, we can, but why do you want those? And imagine this conversation. Well, I was listening to a doctor online. His name is Dr. AskDrErnst, and he's a functional physician and a chiropractor and a doctor of natural medicine. And he taught me that if lipopolysaccharides get in my blood, my toll-like receptor number 4 gets activated, and my tumor necrosis factor alpha and my interleukin 6 will go up. So I'd like to see if that's happening for me. Your doctor's going to be like, yeah, I don't understand what you just said. I hate to say it. Trust me in this. These inflammatory markers don't just stay in your gut. This is the problem, guys. Once toll-like receptor number 4 is activated, and once tumor necrosis factor alpha is high and interleukin 6 is high, now the cascade, it's floating around in your blood. And this is where it becomes profound. These inflammatory cytokines, tumor necrosis factor A and interleukin 6, they stick themselves into the insulin receptor and they shut off the ability for insulin to work. Thus, sugar remains high in your blood. Look, I have all this described for you in the Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook, along with protocols on how to fix this. How about there were sections here on natural alternatives to the current prescriptive drugs? How about this? The 5 herbs to help you regulate your blood sugars so you can get your sugars down naturally. Guys, it's all here, free. And next Saturday at 10 a.m., a masterclass that's going nationwide, by the way. You all can hear me because we're on the airways here in the Carolinas, but those of you watching our videos live streaming, I have like one camera here, one camera there, one camera there. We go nationwide with this show. So if you're listening in another state, tell us, like, where are you from? Use the chat, the comments, right? On Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you're watching us from, tell me where you're tuning in from, right? So once inflammation starts to kick in, now it doesn't just cause diabetes, guys. This is the challenge, okay? It's technically the hidden cause of, and fill in the blank, heart disease, diabetes, thyroid issues, prostate issues, right? Weight loss resistance. So it's really important that you recognize that this doesn't just happen in one area. It's not just like you have gastric symptoms. You have everything. Immune system dysregulation or dysfunction can cause any kind of health issue. So if this is new to you, what I'm saying, if you're like, wait, I've never heard of a lipopolysaccharide, tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin 6, and how that can cause diabetes, I highly encourage you to join the conversation. Join the masterclass. Again, text the word, listen, I see a lot of text coming in, so apparently we're doing really well. Text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. The number again, 704-906-2094. Hey, if you're on our live streams, you should, by the way, you guys should join our live streams. It's so much fun to see the videos and the infographics and the stuff my team creates. You can do that on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X. It's just Ask Dr. Ernst. So use the @ Ask Dr. Ernst. Just go to Google and type in Ask Dr. Ernst. AskDrErnst. All the links will pull up. And do it now, guys. Text 704-906-2094. Name, phone, email. Okay, a few of you are calling, which is awesome, but we're not going to pick it up right now. Leave a voicemail, an email. Okay, so again, if this is new to you and you're like, so diabetes can go away? Yes. There's a connection between increased intestinal permeability? Yes. I can actually have lipopolysaccharides tested? Yes. Tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin 6 are precursors? Yes. I can be tested for microplastics? Yes. I can be tested for parasites? Yes. I can be tested for toxins? Yes. I can be tested for subluxation and autonomic nervous system dysregulation? Yes. If I test positive for any of those, I can fix those myself? Yes. And when I fix them, my immune system is going to get stronger. My body's going to be able to heal itself? Yes. And when I do that, my sugars will go down, my A1C can drop. Yes. And my weight can come down. Yes. And my diabetes can go away. Yes. Do you guys see it? Like, it's not complicated. At least to me, it's not. Maybe to you, you're like, oh my God, boom, I'm having my mind blown. Okay. We got like 10 minutes. This is going to be a unique one. The bidirectional relationship between stress and your gut. What the heck do I mean by that? Well, your gut, when it's leaking, can stress you out, and that stress makes your gut leak. So now we have this perpetuating, constant, rolling animal. Chronic stress doesn't just raise cortisol. It can alter the gut mobility, meaning your digestive system doesn't move as well. So have you ever noticed that when you're stressed out, you really aren't using the toilet for number 2? When you're sick, you don't use the toilet so much for number 2, unless it's, like a gastric issue. I'm talking like when you have the flu. It's not like you're like, oh man, I really need to go. No, your body turns off your digestive system when you need to heal. When your body's in a sympathetic dominance, blood flow is actually diverted away from your gut. Your digestive enzymes decrease, your stomach acid decreases, your bile flow often becomes sluggish. And the number one symptom of this is, bloating, abdominal discomfort, acid reflux. So if you have those basic things, it's already telling us you're in sympathetic dominance. When your microbiome is healthy, it can produce really beneficial things like short-chain fatty acids and butyrates. Butyrates tighten the gap junctions. Do you guys know that? Like, butyric acid can take a leaky gut and go click. So here's a question for those of you who are diabetic. Is butyric acid a part of your daily supplementation? Most of you are probably going to be like, butyric what? Well, butyric acid is a supplement you can get. It's found in butter. So you can start eating more butter, or you can just take butyric acid. Butyric acid, B-U-T-Y-R-I-T-I-C. Hey, download the Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook. All of the supplements, all of the herbs, all of the stuff that you can use, it's free. Guys, I don't know how much easier I can make this. Text your name, your email, and the word diabetes to 704-906-2094. Okay, when the barrier becomes weak because of the stress and inflammation and the medications, now the problem begins, right? So then you have the stress from the inflammatory response. So cytokines are up, interleukin 6 is up, tumor necrosis factor is up, lipopolysaccharides are up. Your insulin is up, your sugars are up, your A1C is up, your blood pressure is up, your cholesterol is up, your fatty liver is up. Do you guys see it? When everything's up, your body is literally stressed. And then cortisol comes out and adrenaline comes out and your gut goes and it leaks even more. Sorry for banging the mic with my hand. Those of you on the airways probably heard that. Okay? So to break this loop, how do we fix this? Well, you have to come at it at all angles at once. Taking butyric acid alone is not going to solve the problem. It might tighten the junctions, but you're still stressed out, so then they just untighten. Taking a probiotic, listen, I'm going to say this because I have to, is very dangerous if your gut is leaking, because those bacteria that you're swallowing, they could leak across the membrane and their lipopolysaccharides will activate the same response. Oh my God, Dr. Ernst, are you saying that I shouldn't take probiotics? I didn't say that. I said if you have a leaky gut and you're taking probiotics, that could be a problem. So remember, don't just guess, test. Don't guess, test. I'm going to say it once more. Don't guess, test. Oh, Dr. Ernst, the testing is so expensive. No, it's not. What's expensive is you throwing all your money down the toilet because of you taking things that aren't actually working, because unfortunately you didn't know what you need to know, but now you know. Okay? So we have to increase and change your diet, decrease your carbohydrate intake, increase your fat intake, increase your short chain fatty acids, increase your polyphenols. We have to sometimes make sure you're getting enough fiber, and we have to reduce your consumption, of course, of trans fats and seed oils. So there has to be a dietary change, number one. Then there needs to be a supplemental change. You need to start taking all of the things found in the Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook. Okay? You can use the herbs or you can use the vitamins. Okay? So we clean out your diet. We give you the nutrients you need to help seal it. We have to deal with your stress. Is it physical? Are you subluxated? Are you neurologically imbalanced? Is it chemical? Are you toxic? So we have to do some testing to see what's in your body. Or is it emotional? Maybe we need to do some counseling. Hey, it might be a good idea to think about finding a different job that is better for what your skill set is than just accepting your current job. Or maybe we need to connect you with some counselors or some coaches for your brain so you can get out of the stuck rut you're in. And then here's the key, guys. You need to remove the neurological stress. You must turn your autonomic system down and your parasympathetic system up. Everyone I've ever worked with that has type 2 diabetes is in a sympathetic dominance and a parasympathetic deficiency. If you want to know what you're deficient in, you're deficient in parasympathetics. Dr. Ernst, I don't even know what that is. It's vagal nerve tone. I don't even know what that is. It's your nervous system pushing the brake well enough. I don't even know what that is. It's a clean spine that is de-stressed so your brain can talk to your organs properly. I mean, I understand what that is, but how do I? Well, come to the masterclass. Next Saturday, guys, 10 a.m. I need a good 30 minutes to teach you how to do that, a good 20 minutes to teach you how to eat properly, and a good 20 minutes to teach you how to stop poisoning yourself and get it all out. You do that, and you watch your diabetes disappear in as little as 90 days. So I have 2 minutes before they're going to kick me off the air. I mean, I could go for hours, but, they only give me one. Hey, if you want us to go longer, how about this? Call the 107.9 FM WBT main station line. Call it and say, hey, can Dr. Aaron have like a longer show, please? We want him to be a weekly show. We want him to be a part of your network, not just on Saturdays, but every single day. Wouldn't that be cool if the director of 107.9 FM WBT all of a sudden got an onslaught of phone calls saying, please bring Dr. Ernst on every day? Just try it. And if you want a systemic approach to fixing all of the layers of diabetes, oops, be careful. See, I was going to trick you. We're not treating diabetes. If you want a systemic approach to treating the underlying hidden causes, subluxations, neural dysfunctions, deficiencies, toxicities, and lipopolysaccharide leak, text the word diabetes plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Look, we've already gone past 100. Let's try 150. Let's try 200. I have 2 minutes. 704-906-2094. What is it? It's a masterclass. It's live. It's online. It's free. It is next Saturday at 10 a.m. The Diabetes Heal Thyself ebook is yours the moment you text that over. And you have a week to show us how much you can actually affect your sugars, because it's possible. And the challenge of today, guys, is traditional pharmacology approach to diabetes is only making it worse. Why? Because medications cause your gut to leak. Medications stress your body out. Medications turn up the sympathetic system and turn off the parasympathetic system. So then we get stuck in constant fight or flight, and then we get stressed and irritated. So today, what did we do? We examined the role of gut-derived inflammation, metabolic toxicity, and subluxation of the nervous system and how it's the hidden cause of diabetes. We explored how a leaky gut and bacterial fragments called lipopolysaccharides can leak across the membrane and activate an inflammatory cascade, and you can test for it by testing for lipopolysaccharides, testing for tumor necrosis factor alpha, testing for insulin like growth factor number 6. Diabetes is not just excess sugar. It's not just bad luck. It's not your genetics. It is a disease of impaired regulation, chronic inflammation, and disrupted signaling of your nervous system. Period. There they are. Impaired regulation of your nervous system, chronic inflammation, disrupted signaling of your gut, leaky gut, nerve damage, and toxicity. So if you want to learn how to implement this, again, 704-906-2094. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We'll see you next Saturday.